Alright, hello and welcome to the second part of my small video series on reviewing Den's Legacy and bragging about my character, basically. Thank you for joining me, one random person in Thailand who decided to watch the second part, who actually made it this far. This video is just going to be discussing what I think are some of the more overpowered combinations that you might be able to, pull off successfully. Some things I'm going to try. I haven't tried out everything yet, because I haven't had a chance to play test everything. Games are brand new, and I just got to play over the weekend and get my first level 100 character. But I just want to kind of discuss, basically some of the interesting interactions here, some things that you can do in this game that you couldn't do before. And I might not hit everything, but I'm just gonna go for 10 minutes on just everything that I can think of. No written list, not scripted or anything. So this video does assume that you've already gone through every class and read every skill. I'm not going to go through and say, okay, blah, 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 blah. I might say something like, Devastating Blow did get moved from Gladiator to Weapon Master, but in the grand scheme of things, you can pick any skill you want from any class at this point. So it really doesn't matter if it's on Gladiator or on Weapon Master, unless the mutation system changes, which it really might, because, well, I think it's really overpowered that you can just pick and choose every skill that you want from any specialty. Why even have specialties at this point? Just have a list of skills. Just have all the skills and just pick the skills that you want. I don't know. I guess starting off at the beginning of the game, it probably wouldn't be ideal to be able to just pick every skill literally. But I don't know. It's pretty close. I mean, you can pretty much pick every skill you want. Because every level you get to pick a brand new skill. So that's kind of my disclaimer going into this. And I'm just going to kind of begin starting off here. So yeah, if you're playing Mele, of course, you just want to do Devastating Blow. I do want to just give a special mention to a combo that I didn't know about until I was modding Zombicide, and that is when you use Whirlwind combined with Multi-Strike. It actually procs Multi-Strike on every Whirlwind attack, so that can actually be really useful, and it actually turns out as well, other abilities that have, on any Mele non-basic attack, you can also proc stuff on Multi-Strike as well. So I haven't tested this yet because, well, in the past you couldn't really pull stuff off like what I'm about to describe, but it might be capable to have Whirlwind, right, combined with Multi-Strike, and then normally in Zombicide you'd have to have Defender because it would be all three, or if you were doing however you would just do two, but now you could potentially have those two and then also get something was it Reaper? No, it was Blackguard. Then you get Plague Touch, right? And so you can have a Whirlwind Multi-Strike that does 5 hits on 5 monsters, but then AoEs on everything, and there's a 25% chance to use on successful hit. But because you're attacking so many times, Whirlwind hits so many times, if there's a pack, it'll just apply Plague Touch to everything, right? So this would be a really powerful pack debuffer type skill now, which is something that, at least in the past, I just never really thought of a way to make that happen. Right? I mean, I guess you could use Whirlwind and Plague Touch just by themselves, but then you'd have to be literally just a Blackguard and a Weapon Master. I don't know. Maybe that was something possible, but I just didn't see the potential as it is now, because Whirlwind by itself, you get just that damage penalty. It doesn't really shine until you add on Multi-Strike. So now that I see you can put Multi-Strike on Whirlwind, I started thinking about that as a new, whole new possibility. So that's just one more, not just one more. That's just the first type of idea for something that could actually be quite impactful going forward. Another cool idea that I had, well, I won't even say a cool idea. I'll just make a couple special mentions really fast. So, of course, try and get energetic, on almost every character. It's just one mutation point. Maybe, sorry, and excuse me for that gas. Ooh, excuse me twice. You might spend 1 to 3 because again you might not get on the first try, but energetic, of course, 50% in combat mana gain. When you're in combat, your mana regen is abysmal. It gets dropped to 1/100th. I don't even know if I'm exaggerating or not. It might be that you get almost no mana. So I do recommend getting energetic on most characters. It's very powerful. I just want to do a couple other little single skill special notes here. I'm gonna go through all these near the end so I can get them, but I'm just gonna go through some of the more cool interactions. So for example, like Minstrel, all these auras actually apply to you twice. So for example, Luck, it costs 3 points, and look at those bonuses, right? Now it does cost 50 mana, but just look at those bonuses for 3 points. And you could go back to something like Thief, and originally only Treasure Hunter, this skill, was like the only way you could really get like Magic Find, but like now, you can come to Minstrel, you can get Luck. And that's actually something from just the Zombicide expansion. But I just wanted to mention that just because that applies twice, and Inspire Greatness actually is great, and it applies twice. So you can get some amazing cast time bonuses off of this. Same with attack time and critical hit, but critical hit doesn't apply to spells. It would have to say be magic critical hit, at least based on the wording. I haven't tried in practice. It might work on the spells. It might be a whole new critical hit modifier type thing, but yeah, that could be really cool to have 2 Inspire Greatness, and I don't know. I don't know. It could be really good. Lull is also interesting as well because, you know, it's got the 17% critical hit taken, minus 17%, whereas if you go to something like Demonologist, I mean, that's only minus 9%, and that costs 8 mana, whereas this costs 3. Now, again, or 2, but again, the big drawback is it costs 50% of your mana, but it's not so bad if you're not playing like a spellcaster, or any kind of character build that requires a ton of mana. If you're not playing like one of those, or even in a late game when you have a lot of mana, or you don't have a lot of mana, or just a medium amount of mana, but you have a lot of mana regen, you know, you don't really care about that too much. But that could be a good defensive tool. I still think that Inspire Greatness is probably like the best if you're playing like a single character type deal, or a summoner in terms of like pushing out damage output. One of the problems I had though is that with these auras is when you have a lot of minions, it causes a lot of lag, so you kind of have to keep that in consideration as well. I think Spell Sword is going to be great. I haven't tried this yet, and I'm kind of excited. I'm super excited to try this out because these two abilities, Flame Tongue and Lightning Blade, based on the way they're worded, they should work the same as Fire Strike. My problem with this is that they might be true melee abilities, and if they are, that sucks because screw melee, and Fire Strike is actually a small ranged projectile. But regardless, that would mean they scale on cast time. It may be possible, because they're not projectiles, that they scale with something like multi-strike. So you could be multi-striking it, and that'd be some interesting synergy, which would go back to, you know, you can even put like Plate Touch on it. Plate Touch is good. I mean, you can grab a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many new combinations with these skills that weren't necessarily always applicable in the past. So like you get Flame Tongue, you get cast time to attack faster. Big problem with melee abilities in the past was that you didn't like attack speed, or I think it's attack time, like on your weapons. Or even attack speed on your weapons, like the actual attack rate, like it doesn't impact your skills at all. Whereas with this, cast time would impact it. And if you look at that, it's got a time of 0.62 seconds. Look at that crap. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Look at that. Look, most other melee abilities, like the fast ones, are 0.85. The super fast one, Berserk, is 0.37. But this is like a legit full-fledged melee attack in 0.62 seconds. I don't even think the Assassin or Trickster have anything that beat that. I mean, look at that. That's 0.9. That's the arrow thing. Yeah, I don't think it has. I don't think any. I know the Demonologist ability Slaughter, which got put on, or not Slaughter, but I thought it was Demonologist. Yeah, this one, Impale. This thing is considered fast, or it was the old fast, but I don't know, man. So I'm really excited to try these abilities, because being able to attack and move in like that fast a time frame could actually be really useful for repositioning, which is something Mele needs to be able to do a lot. Channeling here also is caught my eye because it's actually really powerful. 4 mana over the course of a minute, like 4 minute a second for a minute, and naturally, you could just relog to get past the cooldown if you want to, and you're not playing like a spell cast, like a mana. You're not playing like a minion based summoner or anything. So that could be good, especially with some status effect duration. But I don't know how it'll work out. I just feel like it's got a lot of good synergies because these are going to be draining a lot of mana. You can see they cost 12, and you got channeling. Yeah, it's just got some decent stuff. Charge also, I wish it listed damage. I can't wait to try that too. I just want to see because I mean, if you think about if this if this works on Whirlwind plus Multi Strike, I mean, you're gonna annihilate everything. Like I'm just hyped, man. I'm hyped. So last couple of times I recorded this video, it went on like the very most recent one. It was 44 minutes long of me talking. Oh my gosh. Because I was going through each one of these one by one. I just realized it's impossible to go through all these and go through every single detail. It's too much. I would be here for like 5 hours for real. It's not like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. It took me like 40 minutes to get to Fire Mage like one time. So I just want to go over maybe a couple more things. But I personally think that Hypnotizing Flow is poop. I mean, 10% combo mode addition. That just makes so your combo goes up faster. It's like I don't think anyone's ever gonna have a problem with that when combo gets fixed. I know combo's bugged because it doesn't work. But yeah, when you've got combo, I mean, all you need is to get something like prayer, for example, right? You just cast prayer and then you cast a new spell and so your combo goes up. Because in the rare cases where it has worked for me, I've seen that you can literally cast anything. So you just get a couple instant skills or something, and then there you go. You just get your combo up. I almost wonder, is there something like prayer that's also instant? I wonder. It would have to be instant with no cooldown. I don't know. I'd have to look, because if you could do that, I mean, you could in theory just spam prayer and then that other skill back and forth, and then you would just level up. You would get your combo up. So Hypnotizing Flow is bad, but don't get that confused with Combo Master, because Combo Master is another multiplier, which for the late game is actually amazing because you can use that on spells. So that's like 10% spell damage right there, which is something that we haven't had access to ever, actually. There's the 5% that got added by Magic Lore on here, but that's only 5%. That's 10%. That's 10%. It's amazing. And of course, we always recommend Focus Deal Damage now too, because you can just pick and choose that at will. So you can just grab Focus Damage, free spell damage, of course. So yeah, I think there's a lot of good combinations there, and I got so lost up in my talking that I just took a bite of my cereal that I've got in front of me. I'm not gonna chew it though, because I don't want to ruin the video. But yeah. Oh, another notable here. Trust me, I'm gonna end this video soon. But Bloodthirst, I can't wait to try this one, man. 2% life stolen per hit. Wow, and it stacks up to 3 times. There's been no other skill in the game that's giving you access to lifesteal. I have no idea what the scaling is, but honestly, if that goes up by like even like 0.5% a level, it'd be insane. I have a feeling it's gonna be like 1% a level, or maybe it just increases the duration. I have no idea, but I can't see this being bad. I can't wait to see what the scaling on that is, because if you're Mele, you really need durability. You need the ability to like last in fights, and even though I recommend like cheesing out a crap load of health bonuses by just mutating these out and getting them, that health, it'll just go away and then it's gone. But if you got lifesteal, then you get it back. And when you combine that lifesteal with something like Whirlwind and something like Multi-Strike, then you're suddenly going to be leeching obscene amounts of damage. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I actually did not think I'd be excited to play a Mele character. Oh, I suppose the interesting thing about this too is it's life stolen per hit. I don't think that there's any difference between life stolen per hit for Mele attacks and spell damage. So this might also work on spells. This works on spells. Oh, mamma mia, I don't know. I'm done. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know. I hope it doesn't. That would be too overpowered. That would be way too overpowered. But if that works on spells too, oh man, that'd be ridiculous. All we need is mana leech. Then we'd be done. And the reason I say that'd be overpowered is because, 2% life stolen per hit, and you can go like Fire Mage. I don't. In the past, I wouldn't think these were like good enough, but you can do the classic Fire Maelstrom. Prevents movements. It lasts for 5 seconds, and it has a reuse time of 10. And you can also grab Sorcerer with Tornado. Reuse time of 10 seconds. Prevents movement. So you can essentially just use these to lock movement. This is also like a another little spellcaster combo if you didn't know about. By the way, you can actually permanently stop monsters around you from ever like moving. It kind of becomes invalid when monsters get too fast because then they just can like run through because it like checks every game tick or something or every few game ticks. So once they get to a certain speed, they still won't be able to get through, but they'll be able to run farther through it before it checks them and stops them. But regardless, I'm just saying these huge AoE abilities. You'd be just locking the monster and you'd be just lifestealing. So it's like if one even manages to like reach you and hit you, you would just like heal up all your health instantly. Like, it'd be great. I don't know. There's some other issues though. Trying to even get these to work, it might be difficult. But I don't know. With the combo multiplier combo might make everything viable once it's fixed. We'll see how things go. I'm just excited for Bloodthirst. I can't wait to try that a bit. I didn't think that Blade Master Soldier were too inspiring. I think Commoner is amazing. I love that class. Of course, Summoner. Big reason for Commoner is, of course, Foraging and Transmutation and Enchanting. Those are amazing. You don't really care about those too much because you can get them anywhere. But yeah, of course, Summoner, my character that I did to win. It's just amazing. So just love it. If you could add... You can add minion speed here. It might be good. No, I'm just kidding. So that's my thoughts on that. There's a few other things that I could kind of mention and complain about, but I don't know. I think I covered the big ones. I mean, I just figured, in general, this is what I'm about to try anyway on my next character, but big thing, just choose out as much health as you can until he actually fixes Shadow, or maybe what if Shadow was a woman? Okay, anyways, until he fixes, I know his name is Steven on the forums, that's what it says. Until you get like 5 of these, because that gives you a lot of health, and then you just drop one like hardiness, right? And then you just, I don't know what you would do for damage though. Maybe you could just go spell sword or something. I have no idea what damage is kind of hard to come by actually. It's really easy now to get health, but I don't know about damage. It might be a little difficult unless you do like a devastating blow combo with energizing and energetic and prayer. Then you can maybe pull off something. That's kind of a lot of skill points to be stretched thin, but I don't know, man. It has some potential. So, what I find really useful, at least in my experience, is if you just start a character, you level it out a few levels, and if you want like this, like whirlwind or something, it's a cheesy strategy, but it's RNG manipulation. You just level your character out until you get that mutation on that skill you want, like whirlwind. And if like by level 3 you don't get it or something, you just delete your character and start over. Why not? And then once you get whirlwind, for free. It might even be better to just do a gladiator. Shoot, that's 8. I didn't even think of that. Look at me, I'm learning this at top. Yeah, you just get multi-strike for free, and then you just, buy a whirlwind. Normally you'll get it by level 4, and then that's it. You have whirlwind multi-strike, and you just go annihilate everything in the game. Kind of mana expensive, but that's where you got to get energetic. So about level 5-ish, you probably have everything you need. Level 6, 7, you just start getting health bonuses, and that's it. Call it a day. That's what I'm doing for my next character. In fact, let me roll that right now. Shoot, that sounds exciting. We're gonna call this the God number 2. It's long, and I'm definitely not gonna probably win with this character, but so I'm not gonna have long names like that in the future. But since I'm doing this video and I wanted to look cool, well, that's what I did. All right, no.